They're cutting the head off the snake. The Russians are fighting the Khazarian mafia in their homeland. They're cutting the head off the snake of the group that has been destroying this planet for generations.
What does that have to do with Australia today, here and now?
Because they control this country like they control everywhere else, and the Russians, along with many other nations and many other militaries, are actually fighting a subterranean war to exterminate vermin from the planet. Mandates and COVID are just one part of a larger scheme to depopulate the planet. We have been robbed, we have been raped, we have been killed for generations. And the mandate, directed by the government and enforced by the police and provided for by the big pharma, have been exterminating the people. It's all part of the same plan.
Many of your former colleagues, previously of the Ozcons and many others, don't share the same views that you're speaking about today. In fact, they decry them and condemn them. Does that make you think twice about the path that you're on?
No, if they could read and write, put their heads out of their backsides, they would see for themselves. As we have said from the very beginning, do your own research, folks. As I've said...
What if one of Earth's most advanced civilizations never disappeared? What if it went underground? Across ancient texts and traditions, there are repeated references to a hidden world beneath the surface of the Earth, a place known as Agartha. In Indian and Tibetan traditions, Agartha is described as an advanced subterranean civilization, a refuge for enlightened beings who preserved ancient knowledge after a global catastrophe. In Tibet, this place is called Shambhala. In Central Asia, similar legends appear. In the Americas, Hopi traditions speak of the ant people who sheltered humanity underground during a great disaster. Different cultures, different continents, the same story. Ancient maps from the 1600s and 1700s even depict the Earth as hollow, with openings at the poles leading to an inner world. These maps weren't fringe drawings. They were taken seriously by scholars of their time. According to these traditions, Agartha was not a place of exile, but of protection. A civilization that chose isolation to preserve knowledge while the surface world collapsed and reset. Some researchers believe these stories may be symbolic. Others think they could point to vast underground cities we've only begun to uncover. Because one thing is certain, ancient cultures all over the world believed that knowledge didn't vanish. It was hidden. And the idea of a civilization beneath our feet has survived for thousands of years, longer than most empires ever lasted. So the real question isn't whether Agartha exists exactly as described. It's this. Why did so many ancient civilizations agree that the most important knowledge on Earth was kept underground?
Who knows the first two laws that Hitler implemented? Hitler, Yimach Shemo V'Zichro, first two laws that Hitler implemented that not only put him in a different status than everybody else for the rest of history, but also made what's called until this day the biggest financial miracle in history. Who knows the first two laws? Before the Nuremberg laws. Before that, we're talking about years before it. Hitler first comes into power. What's the first two laws? Okay, I'll save you the time. Rule number one. No more pornography. No more homosexuality. None of that garbage. Not allowed. Berlin, in the 30s, in the 20s, was the Sodom and Gomorrah of the day. They were the Las Vegas of the day. They were the Sodom and Gomorrah of the day. Homosexuality, pornography, all the bestiality, all the garbage of the world, that was the capital of the world. He outlawed it. You're no longer allowed, closed all the bars, all the gay clubs, all the production, which were all run by Jewish people. Unfortunately. Second rule. What's the second rule? Second rule was, you're not allowed to charge interest. No more interest. Now you would think, why? What does he care about interest? Well, because all the people that had the money, that lent the money out, were Jews. He didn't like it. So he said no more interest. Why? Because of the high interest that the Jews charged people was so high, it ruined, it destroyed the economy in Germany. They destroyed, just like they destroyed Russia. A few years before that, through their communism over there, Jews destroyed Russia. Not Goyim. Jews destroyed. Communism is by Jews. Well, don't let anybody confuse you. You look at history, Karl Marx, all the other Reshaim, they're all Jews. Wicked, but nonetheless Jews.
Are the most famous family in the realm. But fame isn't power. 13 families hold it all. You only know one. Their names never appear in chronicles, their faces never painted. Almost all are goblins. They make up 0.2% of the realm, yet own it almost entirely. Together, the 13 forged 4 great chains. The first chain controls all food. They poisoned the soil, made seeds that wither after one harvest. Now every harvest requires their blessing. The second chain controls all movement. They own the black goo. Every cart, ship, and forge requires it to move. They've started wars just to raise the price. The third chain controls all coin. They built eternal debt. Their private vaults print public coin. Kings borrow what goblins conjure from nothing and owe it back forever. The fourth chain controls all healing. They seized every cure, made sickness a subscription. Healing exists, but only for those who can pay forever. 4 chains, invisible to most, wrapped around everything.
The Jerusalem cross. At the center stands Jesus Christ, crucified and risen, the heart of all things. Around him are the 4 evangelists: Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. From Christ, the gospel flows outward to the 4 corners of the earth, proclaimed through their witness. 1 cross, 4 voices, 1 unchanging truth. Jesus Christ conquers. ICXC Nika.